got all drama drops. Like if I want to do a tape, I have his drops, him and Scream. I get along with all on Holiday, because I'm different. My shit is different. I mostly go deep, talk deep stuff on my shit.
I know. I got
a
lot of them. So you don't like Funkmaster Flex? That's who you don't like?
No, I like it. I'm a DJ that love every DJ.
You can tell.
So I don't really get into that part of it because I coming up and I have a DJ crew. We never play a diss record because it's just not what we do. We're not into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't got no clickbait for you.
They wrote me off and I ain't like that, so I'ma fight that. The bad man, right when you thought that it was safe to relax, you gotta stretch that. The bad man, Hills with me from.
Got all drama drops. Like if I want to do a tape, I have his drops, him and Scream. I get along with all on Holiday, because I'm different. My shit is different. I mostly go deep, talk deep stuff on my shit.
I know. I got a lot of them. So you don't like Funkmaster Flex? That's who you don't like?
No, I like it. I'm a DJ that love every DJ.
You can tell.
So I don't really get into that part of it because I coming up and I have a DJ crew. We never play a diss record because it's just not what we do. We're not into that.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't got no clickbait for you.
we gonna find something. We gonna clip up something that gonna make you look like you mad at somebody. You gonna be like, that wasn't me. Take it down. And
then when it comes to Lucci, I just always talk about Lucci. I don't talk about his beef with Thug or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Cause that's
I was about to ask a question, but we'll wait till the interview starts. Let me know when you're ready. We rolling? Hey man, it's your boy Big LAC. Big LAC Show. We got the OG of the South, the Cool Runnings. President, founder, CEO, Bigga Rankin in this bitch. How you doing, man?
Hey, man, much love, man. Glad to be here. And like I always say, I'd rather be watering the flowers than growing the flowers.
Damn right. So we're going to start from the beginning. You from Jamaica.
Yes, sir.
So how was that growing up there and then transitioning to America?
Basically, you know what I'm saying, growing up in Jamaica like I did, it was very more disciplined. Get up in the morning, you got to go tie some goats out, you got to carry water to wash clothes and stuff, then you got to get firewood, When I was young, I worked hard like when I was young, just coming up, so I was used to hard work, you know what I'm saying? And I was just telling my son the other day, like, I used to tell the time of the day by looking at the sun going up the mountain. I know when it's 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30. So he said, what if it rains? I said, well, we time this mess up then.
So you left Jamaica and you came to New York first or was it
Chicago?
Chicago. That's when you really started doing your music.
Yeah, well, in Jamaica, I always loved music because I like, they have this big dance at the school, but it's for adults. But in the daytime, the kids can go. And we'll just go there and just watch out, the guy who talking on the mic, because in Jamaica, a DJ is the one that was rapping. And the one that's spinning, he was called a selector.
Oh, okay.
You feel me? So over America, you got rappers and you got DJ. The DJ is the one that play the music. But in Jamaica, the DJ is the one that's rapping on the mic.
Oh, so that makes sense when he said, come down, selector.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a question for you. I'm glad you said that. What's the difference between reggae music and dance hall music?
Reggae music is mostly like the Bob Marley type music, and the Jimmy Cliff and that. Then the dance hall, is the Beanie Man, the Bounty Killer.
The more beat stuff.
Yeah, it's a small beat and it got that toom, 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 toom. Because our reggae music got them. I got the one drops and everything, you know what I'm saying?
Drums and stuff.
So I don't know. It's like, to me, all of it is reggae music to me. It's just a little different, Because the dance used to be mostly for the younger generation. And the reggae, like, more contemporary, like, you know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So you in Chicago, you building up your music,
through high school. Through high school, I do basement parties, $2 to get in. $4 for your curry goat and your curry chicken. Mama go to work at 10:30, and we ready to crank up at 11:30, and we go to about 3 in the morning and clean the house up before she get home.
So, what came about in you that you said music is what I'm gonna be? I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be a lawyer. I don't want to drive buses. I want to do this music. What happened that caused that?
Well, growing up, I have a cousin named Delroy, Patrick, and Troy. It was 3 cousins. They had migrated to New York, but then my mom would live in Chicago, and my mom went and got them. They were living with us. So they have a little turntable and the music downstairs. And they was, they always just buy the little 45, the little records, and play them. So me, like, being around them, I'm like, messing with that. And then I'm like, damn, I love this. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed like, I don't know, when I looked at DJs, it seemed like they wasn't working that hard, but they was making money.
Yeah.
Until I start doing it, I see that there wasn't no money in it until you professionally, have the occupation and say, okay, this is what I do. So I got into it by watching them. And after that, it's history, man. I never stopped,
We're glad you didn't.
Because I used to DJ on the mic. That's what I used to do. Not an MC, I used to DJ. Like some people MC, which is a host. See, MC, we call them hosts, you know what I'm saying? Which is rappers over here be known as MC in Jamaica. MC, like the master of ceremony, a host. But I used to rap. I used to have rap Jamaican style. I do my little records and stuff like that, you feel me? So I was doing it, and then one night, I was at a club called Negril. The owner was Billy. He had the same name like my name. And he used to let us in. We was even underage, but he let us in. We'd help him clean up and do all the stuff. So one night, every time the bands play, when the band rests, you have to play music. So the DJ didn't make it there. And he said, it's called me Fathead. He said, Fathead, go up here and play the record. I said, I don't know how to do that. He said, all you got to do is put the record on, pick the needle up, and put on it. He said it like I was real stupid, too, the way he said it. And I put the record on, but I was a real funny dude. And I could just pick people out in the crowd and just talk. And they would just laugh and just have fun. So I was giving shout out, Like one time for Blase, he blew, and people just laugh and they was having. And, he came to me and said, you know what, I like what you did. I'm going to give you a job. And then when the band go for a break, I want you to play. That's what's up. And that's how I just start talking and just going crazy. Like I got big just doing that. And everybody want to come hear me. I was like 17 going on 18. And people used to come to the club and say, is that guy going to be on the mic tonight? Because I made everybody laugh. It was kind of comedic.
So why not comedy?
Everybody say I'm funny, but I don't think I'm funny.
That's the best comedian. The best comedians are the people that don't take themselves too serious.
Yeah, I just didn't think I was funny. A lot of people always say, "Man, you are funny." Like at Thanksgiving, I make everybody laugh. With the crew or whatever. But I don't think I'm funny. I think I laugh a lot not to cry. How about that?
That's deep.
Yeah, I laugh a lot not to cry.
I think you want to do an open mic, stand-up open mic. Hey, E, go ahead and set it up. We're going to bring him here, put him in front of that E, and we're going to have a live, we're going to do it live and let him tell some jokes. If it worked now, I want to be your manager. Just let you know right now if it worked. So,
I like that.
You leave Chicago.
Yeah.
And you end up in Jacksonville.
No, I end up in Miami first.
Miami?
Yeah, my sister had her husband.
I'm firing my researcher.
Yeah. Her husband used to do build houses. So when they had that bad hurricane in Miami, that real bad, he left from Chicago, went there to rebuild houses. And I went down there. And after he finished, and then I was there and I was cool, living in Miami for a little bit. And then I was like, I want to go back to Chicago. Because, you get homesick, and I went back to Chicago. Then they moved to Jacksonville, and she was like, man, you got to come check this out. We love our sister. Wherever she go, we go. She was like the ringleader. She moved somewhere, we go check it out. And I came to Jacksonville and never left. And then I started my music. I started doing my music in Jacksonville, and just blow all the way.
Cool Runnings.
Yeah, because I used to play strictly reggae. That's what I used to play, in my club.
Was it working for you though?
It was working, but I have 90% of my crowd was Americans. And it's like this dude kept telling me, he said, man, the way you be talking in front of the record and then drop it, man, you could be one of the biggest record breaker ever. J Baby was telling me, what I'm saying? And I was like, damn. J Baby was real younger than me too. And he was like, man, I'm telling you, Bigga. So one night, man, I promised him, I said, I'm going to play an American music to find me the best song that I should play. And we see how it go. And he gave me NAA Gangsta Gangsta. Oh, my God. It was goosebumps. When I dropped the record, the people start rapping it. You know what I'm saying? Louder than the record, you know what I'm saying? And I bring it back like 4 or 5 times, you know what I'm saying? And I used to have this little thing, I go like, prum, 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 prum. And the people say it right behind me, you know what I'm saying? And then I'd be like, I'm getting ready to ride. And they would just say that and make all that noise. And it was just crazy, but I did that with the reggae music. And then when I did it with that, and I said, oh, my God, I got something, man. I got something. So JT Money was in Two Life Crew, Luke, and all them was out, back then. And when I get a new record, I would introduce the record. And when I introduce it, the people go crazy when I drop it because it matches what I said. Yeah. So I was like, people are, how you get us? Well, it's a table of content. I'm like the Bible. Whatever you see written on the front, that's what you're going to read in the Bible. So if I hear the song and I hear the metaphors and the music, I could say something to match what's going. Like, take, for instance, Jeezy. When Jeezy had Trap or Die, I would get on the mic, I would be like, I don't care if you work at McDonald's, Burger King, Sears and Roebuck, I don't care where you work at, it's a trap. So when I speak a trap and make a McDonald's, everybody throw their hands up because everybody trapping. Yeah. It wasn't just about being on the corner. And that's where I found my niche. And I probably have about 72 awards, man. I got so many record breaking awards and all that stuff because.
Do you know who you are? Listen, you ain't got to tell me about how many. I'm from Atlanta. In Atlanta, before Drama, before all them, we had Smurf, and we heard of Bigga Rankin. When I was coming up trying to rap, it was, man, you got to get with Smurf, or you got to go down to Jacksonville and get with Bigga Rankin.
And me and Smurf is real tight. So.
Yeah, so you know who you are. A lot of people don't get their props in this game as far as the culture. Mm-hmm. If people ain't giving you your flowers every day, they need some flowers somewhere else.
But this is what I said, man. And a good friend of mine, a promoter, passed away, and I went to his funeral last week. And I spoke, and everybody was saying, like, my God, man, you got a calling. That is beautiful. And I'm telling them, like, really, you can give anybody their flowers while they're alive. Mm-hmm. But when you're dead is when you really tally up everything. Yeah. That's when the total come up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a born date. Yeah. Your kid gonna born on the 26th, but the kid might end up born on the 29th. But your expiration date, whenever that day come, don't nobody know. But you do have an expiration date. Oh, yeah. And then you think about all the good stuff that person did. You know what I'm saying? And when you get up there to talk, whenever I see somebody go up there to talk and say, that was my best friend, but you have a bunch of stuff written down, he wasn't your best friend.
Nah. Why you practicing? You're in the mirror practicing what you're going to say.
Yeah.
It should just come to you.
I ain't like that. Yeah. I don't like that.
No, you about to, don't be having me crying on my show. Hey, so, see, you said I wasn't going to get no clips. I'm about to get a clip right now. Who is your most favorite artist you've done a tape for?
I would say YFN Lucci because, and I've done a lot of tapes before Lucci.
Oh, yeah.
But YFN Lucci was, he was one of this guy that just, because everybody, when I did 2 Chain and Tropavella 1 and 2, jumped up. I did a Yo Gotti, White Friday, and all these tapes were so big. I did the Gucci Man, Zone 6 of Duval. These are huge tapes, You know what I'm saying? It went a billion views in Pandora with Zone 6 to Duval. Like, it was the first rap tape in Pandora. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about me with Lucci is everybody, after I break their records, I move on to the next because I feel like, you know, my quote was like, God put me here to get the young niggas out the street before the law trick them out the street. Because I came up in the streets.
Yeah.
You know, so Lucci was like, I said, okay, I got Lucci done. You know what I'm saying? So he still called me every day. He said, what you doing? Like, boom, boom, boom. And then I didn't even know his daddy was a Jamaican until further on into our relationship. But Lucci was the first artist, because I did intros for a lot of artists. Yeah. And when they put the record out, they didn't put my intro out with the record. They just kept the intro on live mixtapes and my mixtapes. But Lucci put me everywhere, all platform, and shoot the video with me. And that's when I got huge. And then when we did Heartless, they had 126 schools.
Wait a minute. You was huge before then.
No, but I'm saying when he put that out, the younger generation really got on to it.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
It was like 126 high school. They had that in their speech, you know. And it was crazy because I always knew that I go deep. You know, I go deep in my thoughts. If I'm listening to a song and I listen to the words, I can go deep in my thoughts. I'm going to put something in front of it. And I didn't want to be like other DJs. Most DJ, they got their stamp all through the record and all that. I talk in front of the record, so if a DJ don't want to play my little part, then he can skip that. You feel me? Because some DJs are very jealous, you know. They will skip your intro because it's not their intro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them, I got to give, you know, thanks to a lot of them play my intro. And a lot of them learn to love it. And I give, damn near every DJ asks me for drops, I give him drops.
You got one of the most iconic voices in this thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you understand that? You know that. You know that, right? I know you're trying to have this humility thing going on, but we're going to pull it out you today. But you understand who you are to us, right? You get it, right?
I don't know. I think so because, like, I be at the airport and people like, oh, man, can I get a picture with you? And I was traveling with one of my daughter, the youngest, not the youngest one, second youngest one, Oriana. And we stopped. We was in Atlanta. And we went on the plane, and these kids was like, "Please, can I get a picture from you?" And then I took the picture, and I'm like, she said, "Oh my God, Dad!" I'm like, "That's cool." We went and got something to eat, got on the plane, and then she posted the picture of me and her in the plane, and she had the window seat, and she like, he know better to give me my window seat because he know I don't play. And then she just right under there like, my daddy is the most humblest person on the face of the earth. These people asking him to take a picture, and it's like it means nothing to him, you know? Because the guy asked me for my autograph one day, and I said, I'd rather give you a hug, you know?
It probably meant more to him.
Yeah, because I just didn't feel like I was in a Waffle House one night, and I was in Waycross, Georgia, and all I'm like, please, just sign this for us and whatever. And because I never look at myself as a star, I always look at myself as like a CNN for the ghetto, you know, a Martin Luther King for the ghetto. Like whenever I get on the mic, I just let people listen. I don't care what you're doing. When I get on the mic, you're going to have to pay attention. I ain't going to say the whole 100% of the club going to pay attention, but most of them going to pay attention because I really just don't have no bull crap to say. I'm never talking about shoot, you know, put your gun fingers on. I don't do that type of stuff. I'm always going to say something that makes sense. But I can still find one person in the club and talk about him and make my whole night about that person. I always find that. And that person is like, it's all. I never see a person never got mad. They always just enjoying what I'm doing. I might say some of the funny stuff about him or whatever, and you know, oh man, look at this nigga over there, man. Nigga got a drinking out the Henderson bottle with no chaser, ain't got a tank top on. Security, you better watch that. He finna go off sooner or later.
Hey, let's schedule that comedy show, man. We need to schedule that ASAP. Let's get him in here in front of that E, man. We need to. But E hit me, and he told me he had set this up. Mm-hmm. and he'll tell you, I'm not the guy to be. I don't do the clout chasing stuff. I'm not a real big fanboy. But when he said that, first thing I did was tell my wife. I said, "Hey, guess who coming on my show?" Guess who coming? And she said, "Who?" I said, "Bigga Rankin." And my wife isn't a hip hop person, but she know who the hell Bigga Rankin is. You know what I mean? Like I can tell, especially in this region. You know what I mean? I don't know about California. I don't know about Seattle. I don't know about New York. But I know in the South, I put, well, you probably saw it on Instagram. I don't get many likes on Instagram. People don't like me. But when I put that flyer, man, that thing was just, I said, oh, I got to monetize this. I got to put a bonus on this. Man, that thing was popping off. People hitting me. I told you this the other day, didn't I, E? So many people was like, hey, bro, when you doing the interview with him? So I ain't telling you, man, I won't come up to the studio when you up there. No, you weren't calling me before. You are, and even if we didn't do this interview, I just want to let you know, you are one of our, and Atlanta claim you. Here with Jacksonville. I got family in Jacksonville, Tampa, all that. You are one of our biggest musical heroes in this space. You get what I'm saying? Do you understand that? I want you to understand this. I'm not saying this because you sit across from me, but you are. Because when people were trying to make it, you were one of the DJs that wasn't jumping on albums because of who they were. You were jumping on these albums because you knew these young men, your name would get them out of here. You get what I'm saying? I have friends, Dro. I got friends that grew up wanting to be on, have a Bigga Rankin tape. And I have homeboys that made it, got your voice on their tape. And it got them the hell up out of here. You know what I mean? You help them understand their dream of doing this for real. Just because you said something on the beginning of their song, or you said something on the beginning of their tape. So you gotta, I hope you understand that.
Cause my wife tells me all the time, she was like, you just don't know how big you are. And I do so many favors for people. And it had got to the point where I just came to the conclusion like free was too expensive. Because anything you do for free, people never really appreciate it. They say, oh, you got to change this again. You got to change that over. But if they pay you $10 and say, okay, the $10 you gave me was for this, that, then it's over with. But when you don't charge, they're never satisfied. You know, so I just tell everybody, I'm like FEMA. Everybody gonna get a check. Everybody just ain't gonna be satisfied.
Shut up. He tell me that all the time. He be in my ear all the time with that because I'm real bad with that. People come to me and ask for stuff as far as this go, and I'm like, all right, man, don't worry about it. But then they come to you like you said, hey, I didn't like the way the intro of my podcast started off. Hey, can you change my logo? And I'm like, it was free. Like, I don't get it. But back to you. So we get to Jacksonville, and what gave you the idea for Cool Runnings? By the way, that's a cool name for a DJ collective.
Well, Cool Runnings is basically, Irie, everything is good. Cool Runnings. Like, you know, I might walk past you in Jamaica, I'm like, Cool Runnings. Everything Irie, everything copacetic, everything is good, right? And before I get into this name, I'm going to tell you some crazy stuff now. We went to, back in the days before, you know, the little parties start shooting up and all that stuff, we used to go to Disney World, and do these little, you know, Wet and Wild party and stuff like that, right? So they took us to a little place that got a whole bunch of different names, like Shark, this and this, that. Some little islands, a bunch of little islands. And when we got there, it was like me, Kirkus, it was a bunch of DJs. But the people came and got us in a little cart, you know, a golf cart. And everybody looking like, who they think they is? But these people thought we was Cool Runnings from the movie.
That's hilarious.
Dog, me and my brother girlfriend and my DJ, we tripping because, hey man, oh man, I love that movie so much, man. The movie is so great. And then we called on and said, oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, you seen the stars that was there? Ain't none of them look like us.
You ain't Dougie Doug.
You know? But the Cool Runnings name come from, a lot of people don't, and I never lied about it. I was in Chicago. there was a place called Stages. They have all the, most Jamaican shows with a band and all that. And after you watch a show upstairs, you go downstairs to Cool Runnings, and for the after party. And we used to DJ down there too. But it was another name, but we just called it Cool Runnings while we was in there. And when I come here, I just kept the same name. I just kept the same name. Everybody was like, man, look, I had a club, it probably hold 200 people tops. We used to put like 600 in there, like sweating all night, you know what I'm saying? People shirt off, it smelled like a locker room when the club was over, you know what I'm saying? But everybody was in there, people were like, Jesus Christ, where did this dude come from? He just be on the mic screaming and making a lot of noise, but everybody love him and this and that, because I'm not saying this because I might be like, feel like I'm all that, but I'm a very, people tolerate me. You know what I'm saying? People when I was coming up, and I always tell people, I love to go places where I'm celebrated, not tolerated. But people used to tolerate me when I first started, and then they start celebrating me. You know what I'm saying? And if I know you're not really into me, just trying to tolerate me, I don't like coming around you, because I like to laugh, I like to have fun, and I like to make the best of the opportunity that God gives us, you know what I'm saying? And I tell all these little dudes out here rapping and blah, said, dog, if you don't, one thing about hip-hop, if you try to hustle hip-hop gonna hustle you. I've never seen nobody won from hustling hip-hop. It'll hustle you. And no matter how much money you got, you can't buy your way into hip-hop.
Nah. You're gonna get found out real quick. We just saw that with Drake and Kendrick. People gonna realize real quick who really live this shit. You know what I mean? Some people, like Kendrick said, some people just colonizing it, and they making their way for a little while. But then after a while, everybody start going, nah, man. I
don't listen to this record, but Kendrick murdered that record. And the only person that I always had, I held Jeezy, because Jeezy had a record one time he made, but and of course Nas and Jay-Z, but I would listen to that Kendrick and say, oh my God! But then Pressure T, what's his name? Pusha T, he had one time that was crazy.
You think Kendrick's that song Not Like Us?
Not Like Us.
You think that's a better diss record than Pac's Hit 'Em Up?
Well, Not Like Us is just like a party record, even though it's like everybody can relate to it. The Pac record was hard, but then there was so much going on. You know what I'm saying?
He was trying to destroy everybody.
It was so much going on. But it's a great record.
Oh yeah,
it's a great record.
I like the fact that a lot of people don't realize he used their beat for that song. A lot of people don't realize that. They be like, oh, the beat sounds like Get Money. I'm like, that is the Get Money beat.
And Jesus Stay Scrap.
Oh yeah.
That was crucial.
Yeah.
I don't go deep into that, but of course when you hear people talking about it, you gotta listen to it.
Yeah, you got to.
And I used to say to myself, I don't like diss records because the time you spend to make a hot diss record, you could make you a #1 single.
Some people, that might be their #1. That might be their #1.
But you still have half the people that won't mess with it because it's about their artists that they love.
Like even with Kendrick. Like Kendrick is a renowned artist, but that's probably going to hit
his big record
ever.
Yeah.
Like he probably won't. That's another, like the dude MGK. He came out and dissed Eminem. That was his biggest record ever.
And then the crazy thing about the Kendrick Lamar stuff, when he did that show and he brought everybody on stage, this gang, everybody was just man, that was crazy.
It'll never happen like that again?
Oh, no. They only do that once.
And me and a friend of mine was talking about, could they do that in Atlanta? And I was like, it'll be nice, but it won't be that impact. It wouldn't be.
And they need to, though. They need to. The world is just, because the younger generation is going so crazy, killing each other, that they need to see something like that to understand that, man, ain't nothing but love, man, you know? When I talk to the youngsters, and I was hearing some youngsters talking about some stuff, in Florida, and he was saying, they one up on these guys because they killed an extra person from that side. And I was telling them that doesn't mean you're winning. That only means you're a survivor.
Yeah.
Because pretty soon either somebody gonna catch you or the police gonna catch you. So you're just a survivor. You know what I'm saying?
We stronger if we stop that. And if y'all all get together, y'all are stronger. It's a bigger nation. We don't get it though, man. And I blame most of that on us, on the ones they call the OGs, because we in the 90s and early 2000s we made that seem so cool, and they grew up thinking I want to be like my dad or my uncle, my granddad. He was a gangster, and they just. Every generation just take it too far.
Whenever you run into the car with your gun in your waist and your product in your hand, they didn't look up to Michael Jordan. They look up to you because they seen the rise. Like you run to the car and later on, you're in a nice convertible. You know what I'm saying? Chain around your neck right away.
and the big thing though, Bigger, is they can touch you.
Yeah,
they couldn't touch Michael Jordan. He was on TV. They can walk up to you and just talk to you, and the knowledge you're giving them, good or bad, they're going to soak that up because they can sit there and talk to you.
And that's the reason with me, people could touch me on my shoulder and say, what's up? I got a record, and I still take their record. I was in Virginia this weekend, and it's a dude, he had a record, and I spoke on the front of the record. It's me, him, and Ice Real Vessel on the record, and then we were shooting a video after the club. And there was a bunch of people out there. And I called him and I whispered in his ear, I said, look, let all the people get behind you and sing the hook. Because one thing about us, we followers. If we see a bunch of people in your city singing behind him, then we start participating because we're like, if everybody's behind him, he got to be the man.
Got to be something.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you got people who doing these things, and they're so selfish. And, man, I don't want these people in my video. I don't want. A lot of people do that, and they don't understand. Like, when people see a bunch of people supporting you, they start supporting you, too.
Sometimes. Because you get the people that see a bunch of people supporting you, and they mad because those people aren't supporting them.
No, but basically, I'm talking about your city.
Oh, yeah. If your city get behind, if your area... Like when I grew up in Perry Homes. I don't know if you know about it, nothing like that. But if Perry Homes supported you, all the other projects start coming along. And they start supporting you. And next thing you know, you got Atlanta. Then you got Georgia. Then you got the South.
And that's what it is with the younger generation. When you have a 16-year-old from a high school, popping, the high school is all behind him. Yeah. Then the rest of the high school chip in and, he go to blase. Listen to him, They got their so now if an older person start rapping, you got to go 3 times as hard than the younger. The younger, they got their peers. They already listen to them.
And they the one thing we just said that a lot of the younger kids are taking each other out. But the one thing the young kids got that we didn't have, they support each other.
Yeah.
They my nephew, shameless plug guy, 2 True XO on Instagram. That boy is so. His dad told me, he said, man, you need to listen to his music. Because people bring me their music all the time. Mm-hmm. And I was like, all right, whatever. Man. And then I was looking at the Instagram videos of him in his school. Them folks at that school love him. I said, he going to be something. Because that, like you just said, that school supporting him. They going to go to their friends. They go to other schools. They support each other. They might not like each other very much, but they support each other.
My son is 14. He'll be 15. In October, that's my last kid, and he started, producing. And in no time, he just doing real good. And I took him to my friend's house. And my friend is a producer, and we got a studio there. And he was looking up something on the computer, and he said, my friend went to get some ice. When he came back, my son find everything he was looking for. He was like, damn, I didn't know I got this on my computer. Because the younger generation, the technology is so crazy for them.
They damn near cyborgs.
And we didn't have that. Mm-mm. You know what I'm saying?
You say your son produced?
Yeah.
What, is he good?
Oh, he's real good. He getting. I send him some beats.
Man,
I send him some beats. He's doing real good. I'm really doing a little EP with him, father like son. I'm gonna do a little EP with him. And I had an album like that. I had a picture of him, boom, 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 with me, from maybe 8 years ago. And he was like 6. And I never did it.
You gonna push him?
Oh, man. I'm going to push him out of this atmosphere. Because I want him to be way bigger than me because I didn't know back then when I was pushing myself that I know now. You know?
What you just said is so big. No pun intended. Big LAC, Bigga Rankin. No pun intended. A lot of people have kids that are talented and they be so jealous-hearted that they don't even want to. That's big, man. Like,
oh man, I want my kid to be way bigger than me because when God bless you and give you something, He give it to you so you share it with your family. Sometimes nobody in your family don't do nothing. Like I got 10 girls, and I swear to God, one of them was gonna play some tennis or something, or some volleyball or something. You know what I'm saying? Because when I look at Serena them, and they're making all these millions, say, y'all don't like no tennis racket or nothing.
softball, nothing. You want to swim?
They run and get their hair done and all that stuff. They ain't worried about nothing.
That's fine. We need to set up this comedy show. E. Don't let him leave here without signing the contract now. I'm telling you. All right, so my producer just gave me he said we've been talking too long. I want to play a little game with you. You ready?
All right.
Give me your top 5 underground artists right now that people don't know about.
Top 5 underground artists. It's a dude from St. Louis called LP. Called LP LaFair. He's real good. In Atlanta, man, it's a lot of them here. It's a lot of them here. And it's so crazy. I hate this question because it be so much going on in my head. I don't know how to pick the ones out. You know what I'm saying?
The first one come to your head. I know what you trying to do. You trying not to make nobody mad. Forget them folks. Say these people name.
You know what I'm saying? And in Jacksonville, we got to do that Quail P.
Quail P.
You know, in Orlando, you know, I go hard with Loose Cannon and Tony Boy. They're real underground, you know what I'm saying? Real underground. And in Jacksonville, it's a little kid named Soldier K. He doing pretty good too.
That's what's up.
You know.
Y'all hear this?
You know.
Bigga Rankin just shouted y'all out. We're gonna clip that up. Just shouted y'all out, man. Go hard. This man just gave y'all. He just gave you the keys to the city. He just gave you the keys to the city, and what you gonna do with it? You gonna take it, and you gonna make a hard. You gonna turn this man into a liar? Look at this face. You can't make this man into a. He just said y'all got the keys to the city. Do it, man. Man, look here. I really appreciate you coming through.
It's one more guy. Matt been with it. He's in Virginia.
So I told him 5. He gave me 7.
It's good.
He gave me 7.
And some of them rap together, so I might give you 2 as one. You know what I'm saying?
So I got one more question. E, that's cool? Okay, all right. So you've been in Atlanta how many years now? 17. 17 years.
Yeah.
Is Atlanta still the mecca of hip hop right now?
I think so. I think so, man. I think so. It's still, I mean, you know, a lot of things happen that people can say this don't happen nowhere, but it happened here. But Atlanta is like, Atlanta crucial, man. The thing about Atlanta got media. If you live in one of them little small towns, if you want to be in the media, you got to have somebody film it and send it out of town. In Atlanta, you might be just walking and next thing you know, you see yourself in a video somewhere. You might go to a listening party, you in a video. You know what I'm saying? You might just go hear somebody, you're in a video. You might go to a beauty salon, you're in a video.
Yeah.
You know, Atlanta is like, the media is crucial, and it gets you where you want to go.
The content. Atlanta full of content. All right, Big. You got anything you want to share with the people?
Man, to me, I look at it like this. If you want to be an artist and you want to make it, number one, you got to learn how to listen. You know, because if you know everything, can't nobody tell you nothing. And if somebody come to you and say, give me $4,000 or $5,000 and I could do this for you, Google is your best friend. Find out who he did it for. Instead of just give him the money and then start cussing him out and say he did you bad. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So, you know, always have your own little offense that you do. You know, go check out and see what's happening. Otherwise, from that, man, I love hip-hop and I love God. You know what I'm saying? Because without God, we're just an empty barrel rolling down the road making a lot of noise.
Yeah, then on something that make me tear up. I appreciate you coming through, bro. Like I've been doing this for 5-6 years, and this is by far, she's smiling, but I'm being honest, this is by far the biggest interview I've done across from a legend.
Next time I come back, we just do like.
See, he already coming back.
No. Next time I come back, we will pick a topic, like 2 topics or 3 topics, and just go through those topics. Something that's important to people too. You know what I'm saying?
Why we gotta wait the next time? Pick one now. Let's do one now. I ain't in no rush. You in a rush? Hey, let's pick a topic now. Come on, hit me. Oh, look at that. We need to get her in here for a podcast.
That's my baby.
She's
everything.
She actually got, she really got a man. Okay. Let's see. Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's what artists right now do you want to work with besides those 7 you gave me earlier?
I said, I got this artist here, and she's a female, Deja Vu.
I know Deja Vu, yeah.
And Deja Vu, and it's crazy because Deja Vu, when I was in the hospital, when I caught Corona, everybody thought I wasn't going to make it. Her and her mama called every day and check on me. And that means a lot to me. I don't know about how people look at life, but that means a lot to me because everybody say I love you now, so they don't know who's real from who ain't real. You're on the phone, and right before they get out, I love you, man. I love you. Love just becomes so regular. Love is like real now, like real nigga. That's just everybody say it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna help her personally before I retire from this. That's the next person I want to break.
Okay. She got on here. Do you know how to freestyle?
She be just having things to when I'm out with people. But I'm gonna tell you, let me pick one myself.
Okay.
I think with young blacks, older blacks, I think they need to really be about their health. You know, they really need to be about their health because you got a driver license, you got a credit card, you got all this stuff, but you ain't got no insurance card. And I think this means so much for blacks. You know, you get about 40-something years old, go get your colon, all that prostate tests and all that stuff. Instead of you saying, man, you were walking around healthy yesterday, but he dead today. No, he was sick yesterday too. He just internally, nobody know. You know what I'm saying? And a person like me, I done been through I lost my kidneys 5 years ago, and I do dialysis 3 times a week. And it take a toll on you. But, you know, as long as you acknowledge what's wrong with you and be accountable for what's wrong with you, you're going to be cool. And then have a good caretaker like wifey. She treat me like a baby. She take care of me like a little baby. You know, so I feel like blacks, man, go get yourself checked out and know what's going on. Listen to your body. You know, every time you cough, don't go get no Robitussin. It might be something worse than that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Every time your stomach hurt, it's not gas.
Yeah.
You know, every time it's not gas. You know, you go get yourself checked out. Just and that's something I just want people, because I can save you, man.
That just, you must be a mind reader because that's just, he'll tell you, he just visited me in the hospital, last month? Yep, out of nowhere, I was driving and I pulled over and I was in pain and I didn't know what it was. And I went home and my wife, I walked in there and she said I was pouring, sweating. Her and my sister, I was sitting in the living room. I started taking all my clothes from the living room to the bedroom, got in the shower, I was cold, but I was sweating and I couldn't heat up. Had the water on full blast, hot. And called a doctor. They asked her once in the ambulance. She just took me to the hospital. They were BSing. And I was in the hospital, about a week?
Wow.
And he came, and he'll tell you, the doctor came in and told me I had sepsis. They told me I wasn't going to make it. Yeah. Didn't E. I hit him. This might be too much info, but I don't care. I hit him, and I told him, hey, man, they saying I ain't going to make it. Everything at the studio yours. I told him that. There was a comment. Didn't I tell you that, E?
He wasn't mad when you made it.
He was pissed. Now, what he said, exactly what he said, and this one I realized, me and him don't been through some ups and downs, but this one I realized this was my brother. Because what he wrote me back in that text was, nah, we'll handle it. We'll be all right. That's exactly what the text said. You'll be all right. We're going to handle it. And I ended up getting out of there, and lucky for me, because this shit is expensive. So I'm glad he didn't get it. But so what you just said, man, that hit real close to home, because I was almost out of here a couple months ago. And they couldn't figure out what was wrong. And it took the lady to come in there and say, what's been going on with you? And I told her, and she said, oh. Like, you ever watch the show House?
Yeah.
And that's what happened. You see a light come on her head, and she went, I'll be right back. And she left out for an hour. When she came back, she brought a white guy with her, and he said, we need to take you down and take a CAT scan. And they took me a CAT scan, come to find out my prostate had, he said, I'm 47. He said, I had the prostate of a 68-year-old man. And I was like, how does that happen? They said, we don't know. I said, when it happens, we never know. You know what I mean? And so I guess I'm straight now for a while. I hope I make it to 6 to 8.
It's got to just take your medicine, that's all.
Yeah, that medicine crazy, though. That junk, what they got me on, raise your testosterone. So I'm running around here like I'm 25.
Yeah, the side effects of medicine is worse than what the medicine does. Because, they're not looking for no cure. They look for something to keep you going so they can make money.
And these pills are expensive. All right, let's get off. One more topic. Let's get off this stuff, man. You got me over here tearing up. Can't do that. I'm a grown man. Oh, no, let's see what she got. Uh-oh, phone dead. Okay, so last question, last topic, and we're going to get you out of here for real, because we've been talking an hour. Well, 45 minutes. I can talk to you all day, to be honest. So, with the music thing, how can an artist, once they get in touch with you and once you build a package for them, what should be their next step to get to the moon on this music?
Well, basically, what I do with artists now, I take them on a run. I take it first to get the music, give this trip. I really don't mess with artists that's starting from scratch.
Why not?
Because I have to go back too far. They have to have a little bit of thing going on. Because if I got to start from scratch, then I got to dummy myself down all the way back to go. So as long as you're getting your music played and you got a little buzz going on that could take you further, then it's somebody that's take you further than I could take. You know what I'm saying? Some people are dependent on that same person. A lot of people don't know after they get to so far, that's all they could do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people just waiting on the phone to ring so they can book you. But if you don't have the buzz, and then people call me all the time, hey, man, I got one of the biggest buzz in my city. And I always tell them, buzz is like pregnancy. You're going to show. I'll find out, and I'll find you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a difference. So I take them to these little cities. I take them to perform. I take them to do all the podcasts. Now I find out your podcast, when people come in the city, I make sure they come up here and you do your podcast too. You know what I'm saying?
That'll be dope.
Yeah, because I have a lot of people come to try to do a run through the city. And we can add this podcast to it, you know what I'm saying?
So we got to set up some podcasts, E, and we got to get the comedy show going. It's too much stuff, man. I got to write all this stuff. Well, she got it. She gonna get it for us. She got it. Man, it was a pleasure having you here.
Man, it was a pleasure being here, man. It was because I don't like interviews. I like conversations.
Yeah.
And this what this was.
I that's what I try to do. I try not to, you got to ask the basic stuff, where you come from, why you do this. But after a couple of minutes, people don't like talking about themselves.
Yeah. And
I hate having interviews or conversations with people that don't like, because how are you going to market yourself if you can't talk about yourself?
That's right.
It's not possible, because once you get where you want to be, your fans going to want to know more about you. And if you're so tight-lipped, it ain't going to work for you.
And then, whenever I do this, I always do whatever I do the first time. I can always come another 2 or 3 times, because it's just growth. Different things.
You can come here any day you want to. I'm going to give you my number. You just meet me at the door. I'll be here. Oh, trapping from the basement. Talk about that.
Oh, man, trapping from the basement, I started about 3 years ago after it was Corona and all. I started it so because people couldn't really go out like they used to. And that was a place to come and do your single and so people can see. You know what I'm saying? It's just been beautiful, man. It's
That
like
shit is hard.
yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. You know, I love it. I love it to death.
And it's here in the city, right?
It's here in the city. You know what I'm saying? And the number is 770-363-0748. And you know, just book it up, or you could just go to the Trap It in the Basement, or you could hit me at, you know, Bigga Rankin 00 and go on my DM and, you know, talk to me the same way.
Hey, look, that is a big get. If you get on Trap from the Basement, man, that thing is out of here.
Oh, definitely.
You be having some good artists on there.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, people enjoy it. I have so many return customers because people enjoy it. And that's what this is about. You got to let people enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is a form of enjoyment. Unemployment is a form of embarrassment, but entertainment is a form of enjoyment.
Employment is a form of embarrassment. All right, man, we're going to get out of here.
Man.
I appreciate you, Big.
And one time for E, man, he came and worked with me, and ever since then, me and E just like this. He a good dude.
You can't have my best friend. Y'all can hang, but you can't have my best friend.
Oh, yeah. I ain't finna give him my whole... My wife already got my stuff. I can't give him my...